Hello, Central School fifth graders, and welcome back to Library. I hope you all are doing well. We are halfway through November, if you guys can believe it, or not, actually almost more than halfway through November. Today, we are focusing our lesson around Anti-Bullying Week. And this week is a week that we celebrate each year at Central, and we really focus on inclusivity, meaning making sure that all of our students, every single student at Central School, feels included and welcome and a part of our Central School community. So, over the past 2 years, I have read the following two stories to you. Weird, and Dare. Okay. And these two stories, Weird first, the main character was Louisa, and Sam was bullying her and calling her weird for all sorts of different things, such as speaking Spanish to her dad and saying, I love you, for wearing polka dotted boots, for telling jokes in the cafeteria in the lunchroom, for raising her hand and answering questions in Mr. C's math class. Let me think of some. Another thing she made fun of her for was when her mom got out of her car and gave her a hug and kiss when she picked her up from school. So throughout our story, as Sam continues to call Louisa weird, you start to see the color kind of being drained out of Louisa throughout the book. And it's basically a representation of Louisa losing who she was, losing herself, as Sam, the bully, took more and more and more power away from Louisa and had it for herself. So as the story continues, Louisa actually starts to believe the things that Sam is saying. She starts to believe, I am weird. I'm not good enough. When in reality, none of those things were even close to being true. So the way that Louisa figures out how to handle it is she has to take the power away from Sam and get the power back. And she does that by telling her parents and talking to her parents, talking to a trusted adult like Mr. C, her teacher, and then also recognizing that she did not want to listen and was not going to listen to Sam say mean things about her. And she was going to act like she did not even care. And one of the lessons in our story here, Weird, was Louisa said was, the more I acted like I didn't care, the weird thing was, the more I didn't care. And the more I acted like I didn't care, the less Sam bullied her. So sometimes taking the power back means that you're not going to allow that person to know that what they're saying has any effect on you or bothers you at all. And the more Louisa did that, the more the color came back, the more her polka dots got brighter, and the more that she was able to be herself and find happiness and tell jokes and answer questions in math class and speak to her father in Spanish and all those wonderful things, because she took the power away from Sam. Now, the second story that we read last year was Dare, and this is Jayla's story, and Jayla was the bystander in this story in the beginning. She recognized that Sam was teasing Louisa, but she didn't get involved because last year Sam had been teasing her, and she was just so relieved that Sam wasn't bullying her anymore. She didn't want to stick up for Louisa because she was like, if I stick up for Louisa, then Sam's going to start bullying me again, and I can't go through that again. But the story turns worse when Sam starts saying truth or dare and making dares for Jayla to go up and be mean to Louisa. And since Jayla was so scared of Sam, she actually took those dares and started being mean and saying mean things to Louisa. So now Jayla went from this nice, kind, compassionate, confident little girl, young girl, to someone who's bullying another student. So she recognized the more that she was scared of Sam, the more that she did these things that Sam asked her to do, like go tell Louisa that her haircut is weird, the worse she felt about herself. And she said, if I'm scared and I feel awful about myself, then what am I afraid of that Sam's going to do to me? Make me feel even more bad? I can't let this continue. So again, she found a trusted adult and she decided she was not going to be a bully or a bystander anymore. She was going to be an upstander. So she changed it and she flipped the power. She took the power back from Sam and she used that power to be friends and offer help to Louisa. So she helped Louisa get her dots back. And when she helped Louisa get her dots back, she actually got her own stars back as well. And she realized that she can't be scared of anyone. She has to have the confidence to be herself. So now, this is one that you guys waited for and really begged me to read to you last year, but I said I had to wait. Finally, you hear the third in our series of Weird, Dare, and Tough. And this book is written from Sam's perspective. And it's interesting. Hearts are the color or the shape or the symbol that Sam is going to use. When you think of a bully, you don't necessarily think of hearts, do you? Here we go. For all children, young and old, who have been involved in bullying, don't lose sight of who you are. Know yourself, be yourself, and always listen to your heart. What are you staring at? I'm not the weird one. My name is Sam and I'm tough. That's Louisa. She's weird. She dresses weird. She acts weird. She talks weird. ¿Qué pasa, Louisa? Nada. Someone has to tell her. So I do. Louisa is weird. Keeping things cool at school is tough, but I'm pretty good at it. I get lots of practice. That is so last year. Ugh. Stars are so stupid. So look at where she's getting some of her example from. Maybe some shows that she watches on TV. That is so last year. Ugh, stars are so stupid. This is Jayla. Remember in our story Dare, Jayla was talking about how Sam was making fun of her stars. You're such a freak. Ugh, and you're a loser. So look at Sam's life at home. It doesn't seem like she has a very good relationship with her brother. Look at how she's playing the guitar and music, and her brother is making fun of her. And then look, weird. That's how she learns, and that's how she treats Louisa. It's a tough job, but someone has to make the rules around here, and that's me. We speak English here. Hola, papa. Tell Louisa she can't sit here. If everyone did what they wanted, things would be out of control. Believe me, I know. Stop! Give it back, Alex! So it seems like Sam, a lot of the reason that Sam acts the way that she does is because at home, it doesn't seem like Sam has much power. It seems like Sam has a brother, Alex, that doesn't treat her very nicely. The way I look at it, people need to be tough. You know, learn how to take a joke. I did. Move over, giant. Just kidding. History book reports today. Hey, geek, you dropped your music. Who plays the violin anyway? So look. All right. So now look at this. Hey, geek, You dropped your music. But Sam plays the guitar. She says, who plays the violin anyway? If someone doesn't like the way I act, well, that's tough. We're playing my way. Around here, what I say goes. No one dares tell me no. Hey, Jayla, go tell Louisa I think her boots are weird. Look, remember from our story, maybe last year, you might not remember, it's a long time ago, but she was telling the girls that they're going to play the way she wants to. And Jayla, this is when she's giving her a truth or a dare to go tell Louisa that her boots are weird. And Jayla did it. And she's like, nobody around here says no to me. So what if I'm a little tough on Louisa? The way I look at it, she has it easy. Always getting the right answer, always sitting with her friends, always smiling. Well, at least she used to smile. I want to stop and think about right here. Do you think Sam might be, how do you think Sam is feeling in this? Saying that she has it so easy. She always gets the right answer. She's always sitting with her friends. She's always smiling. Look at Sam right here. I want to zoom in here. What do you think? Do you think she's maybe a little bit jealous of the friendships and Louisa's personality and happiness? The truth is, I don't have much to smile about anymore either. Things are getting tough around here. People aren't following my rules. Louisa, I'm sorry. Thanks. Louisa is weird. Look, Mr. C's like, that's not going to happen. How do you think this makes Louisa feel? Why should I care? So things are going to start getting tougher for Sam because people are going to stop listening to her. How do I think Louisa feels? That's a tough question. I try not to think about other people's feelings. And the harder I try, the more I forget what it's like to feel sad, what it's like to be scared, and what it's like to really care. Sam, why are you being mean to people? Do you want to talk about it? See, Mr. C's going to get involved because there's a reason that Sam is not treating everybody nicely and kindly. I'm not being mean. I'm just being tough. I act this way to keep things cool so people won't mess with me. Do they really think I'm mean? Look at her playing her guitar. See? She says she acts this way so that she can keep things cool. All right. What do you think she means? So that people won't mess with me. Maybe Mr. C is right. Maybe I could use a little help. Someone to tell me enough is enough. Someone to help me stop acting so tough. Someone help me see that being kind can be cool. Sam, you can either follow the rules or sit out. The choice is yours. You gave Louisa her boots back, Jayla. That was cool. And someone else to make the rules. I think at home, Sam doesn't have a lot of good examples at home that are showing her how important it is to be kind and nice. I'm starting to see that when I'm kind, people noticed. Here, thanks. And I can be kind and still be strong. What? You're totally Miss Nice now? Just ignore them. Changing, and I have to agree with Sam here, changing is tough. But the more I act like my real self, the easier it gets. Love those polka dots, Louisa. Cute boots, Louisa. Thanks. Cool. With everyone standing up for each other, school seems like a cooler place to be. And notice now Sam has her own new friend that they can both talk music together about. Of course, I could always find someone to pick on if I really wanted to. But it feels so much better to have a friend instead. Wow, this is tougher than I thought. I discovered something really amazing. When I show people I care, even just a little bit, they always show they care back. Enough is enough. I'm through with being tough. Here are some notes from Sam's perspective about what she's learned in this situation. It's tough work changing my behavior, but being mean all the time is even tougher. Here are some things I've learned. T. Taking my anger out on others only makes me angrier. So she was taking her anger from her brother and her home out on her classmates at school because she thought that it would make her feel better, but it actually only made her angrier and feel worse. Oh, out of control is how I felt before someone helped me change. Often, many times, bullies and people who are mean to other people, they feel out of control themselves. You, unless I change my behavior, I will keep hurting myself and others. And that is so true. We are all responsible for changing or making our own behavior better. G, giving people a chance is a good way to fit in and be cool. H, having real friends feels a lot better than being tough. So, boys and girls, I hope you liked the final story in our Weird, Dare, Tough trilogy. The story today was from Sam's point of view, and I know many of you were looking forward to finding out what was behind the reason for Sam's behavior. So, boys and girls, don't forget to complete the activity on Google Classroom for this week's Anti-Bullying Week. Bye, boys and girls. I'll see you next week. Have a good one.